In the year of 2013, Apple would introduce the iPhone 5S. Now, the iPhone 5S would be the highest phone that Apple would release at the time. It had the A7 chip, it had Touch ID, it had all the greatest new features, including iOS 7 and everything. But they would also release the iPhone 5C, which would basically be a reduced iPhone, basically be an iPhone 5 in a polycarbonate shell. And it was not that successful. At least it wasn't successful in the long run. But the iPhone 5S was a huge success. And so much of a success that Apple would introduce the iPhone SE in 2016. And this would basically be an iPhone 6S in a iPhone 5S shell. But in 2018, Apple would discontinue the first generation iPhone SE, which kind of brought in everybody wondering what was going to be the next budget iPhone, and it would be the second gen iPhone SE from April of 2020, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. But is it worth it in 2023? Woke up on the west side, listening to beach, I was taking my time. So some quick little info about the iPhone SE2 is that it included the A13 Bionics chip, which was coming from the iPhone 11 that came out a few months prior. It came with 3 gigabytes of RAM. The base model was at 64 gigabytes, and the price was $399. And against the iPhone 11, which was released a few months prior at $649 for 64 gigabytes, that seemed like a much better deal than what Apple was trying to do back in 2013 with the 5C. And I want to say that I've been using this as my main phone for the last 2 months. So let's take a look at it. The iPhone SE2 came in 3 different colors. It came in black, white, and product red. And the price for the base model iPhone, which was 64 gigabytes, was $399. The display was a 4.7-inch LCD display with a resolution of 1334 by 750, and the pixel density was 326 pixels per inch. The original iOS version it was running was 13.4. It came with a sensor of a 12 megapixel camera able to record 4K video at 60 frames per second, and the front facing camera was capable of being able to record 1080p video at 30 frames per second, along with recording slow motion at 240 frames per second. It also came with a battery of 1821 milliamp hours. Okay, so I want to say that I'm going to be comparing this against the iPhone SE1, which I also want to say that this does not work. This is technically an iPhone 5S. I'm going to be comparing it by design. So side by side, they do not look identical. I mean, obviously the 5S looks like the SE, but I want to say that it does look very different. The iPhone SE2 has a design very similar to the iPhone 7/8, although it's more like the 8 because it has a glass back as well, which also gave it the capabilities of wireless charging. As you can see, it's got one sensor up there with the microphone and the flash, the earpiece along with the front-facing camera, the home button, volume rockers along with the power button and microphone / other speaker, and the lightning port. Now, I do want to say that I've been using this for some time since I've been using this as my daily phone, and as a phone, it's been great. It's been, I've got the 64 gigabyte model here, and I paid about $150 prepaid, since I don't want to pay $399 for it. As I said before, this has the A13 Bionics chip in it, and that means graphically, this is definitely gonna be up towards like the other devices. It's not gonna be replacing any of your Xbox Ones or PlayStation 5s, but against what the other devices are, this is actually pretty good. This could definitely play Grand Theft Auto Vice City. This iPhone is currently running iOS 16, so this is not too far with the other devices. And since this iPhone only came out in 2020, I expect this guy to go up at least to iOS 18, which is gonna be like 2 years down the road. Now, one of the biggest things I should talk about is the camera. Now, the camera is a 12 megapixel sensor on the back camera. On the front facing camera, it's a 7 megapixel camera. And video wise, this could do up to 4K at 60 frames per second, which I don't normally do my videos in 4K, but I normally do them in 60 frames per second. And the front-facing camera is a 1080p sensor, along with doing 30 frames per second, but also this is also able to go up to 240 frames per second on slow motion. I think this could also do up to, no, I can't do 4K on this guy, but I'm going to give you guys some quick samples. So I also want to say that I've done videos with this guy on my YouTube channel. Majority of my videos are at 60 frames per second. I've done the videos I filmed with this guy was the iPod Touch video, the Sony MDR7506s, and I do expect to do more videos with this phone. So that's going to lead up to the big question. Is this worth it in 2023? In a sense, I do say yes, but if you're wanting to keep up with the iOS updates, I'd say get the iPhone SE 3 mainly because this is closer to the price. Even though this is cheaper on prepaid, the iPhone SE 3 is going to keep up with the iOS updates much longer than the iPhone SE 2 because this is about 3 years old by the time that April rolls in. So I say no. That's the review of my iPhone SE 2. So I want to say thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'm going to play some more turbo dismounts since I had a little bit of fun with that, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.
Back that ass up. Yep.